Hello there, I'm Dennis, and in this video we're going to go through the installation of Diamond Linux TT, and it's based on Debian stable. Let me bring up my Oracle VirtualBox, and I've got it set up, and I've given it 6 gigabytes of RAM, 2 cores of my processor. I have not enabled the EFI. When you do, it won't boot, not for me anyway. So I had to go with the BIOS version. I'll point out the difference in the when we do the partitioning. And let's see, I've turned the video memory all the way up, and I've given it a 56.5 gigabyte virtual hard drive. Click on start, we'll get going here. Right away, we're presented with a boot up screen that says Diamond Linux TT live image plus and new GUI installer. We got install OS using your SVGA drivers. You got XGA drivers. It says recommended, so I'm assuming that's probably for VirtualBox as well. All 3 of these actually. Install OS VGA Expert. I'm almost going to boot into the live environment. Let this settle down here, and then we'll see about the resolution. If I go into full screen, it's going to be really bright, so I'll just wait a second. That's a fairly nice logo they got going on there. Okay, so that's awful small. Let me go. Let's see. Do they have Control-Alt-T bring me up a terminal? It will not. Terminal. Okay, the BYOBU terminal. And we got xrandr -S 1680 by 1050. Hit enter. Go right Control F in the full screen. There we go. Alright, so I can close out of that. And the installer is right here on the desktop. Wow, that was weird. That first grab was really weird. Anyway, there's the installer. We'll go ahead and double click that and get it going. We're presented with the Calamaris installer, the new Calamaris installer it said. Alright, about 3.2.4. Say okay. American English, that is correct. New York is not correct for the right time zone for me. Sometimes I can hit Chicago, other times I don't. Chicago is in the central time zone in the United States, and that's where I am. If you're not, change it accordingly. Say next. American or English US keyboard default is usually QWERTY. And it is. So I'm going to say next. You make sure yours is working before you proceed. Alright, I'm going to just go straight to the manual partitioning. We know about what they'll do here. And I'm going to say next. We need a new partition table. This is master boot record because I am booting into legacy mode. Free space there. We're going to create 6188, and this will be my swap Linux swap. And I believe there's a flag here. I'm going to go ahead and set it. I know that it's unnecessary, but it's, I don't know, makes me feel better, I guess. All right, free space. I'm going to go ahead and create approximately 22 gigs here for root. Indicated by mount point would be / the file system will be ext4, and we could choose to encrypt, and this is the root account. Okay, left click the free space there and say create. Leave the size the same. The mount point will change to /home, and it's ext4. There's not a flag for that, and I'm going to say okay. Now there's our partitioning. Now if we were in EFI, the first partition would have been a 512 megabyte partition, EFI partition for the EFI bootloader. So I'm going to say next. Everything here is correct. Now I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to use a capital, and that didn't tell me I couldn't. Alright, then we're not going to log in automatically. Enter the same password twice so that it can be checked for typing errors. A good password will contain a mixture of letters, numbers, and punctuation. should be at least 8 characters long and should be changed at regular intervals. I agree with all that. But there's no option to use the same password in the root account. Okay, click next. Here's a summary of what it's going to do. Those are all the selections I made. I'm going to say install, and it looks like the installer should be on the way. Can I make that smaller? Can't collapse it. The width, but I can collapse the height. That's all right. Let me go find that terminal one more time. Well, first of all, let me change this menu so that I know how to navigate it. Alternatives. I'm going to select application menu, select switch. Okay, so now maybe I can find some stuff. All right, right away, I see these categories over here, and there's not a terminal. So let me just go ahead and terminal. That's the BYOBU terminal. Let's go ahead and open that up. Take it up here. About the same size, small enough where I can see the progress there. It's showing me the last command I just ran. Diamond Linux based on Debian 10 GNU Linux. Diamond project is not affiliated with Debian. Method Grandmaster 8664 comes with absolutely no warranty. Welcome to the light, powerful text window manager, BYOBU. I keep wanting to say just bring your own beer, but it's obviously not that. You can toggle the launch of BYOBU at login with BYOBU disable and BYU terminal enable. For tips, tricks, and more information, see this website right here. Click on it and see what happens. Nothing. If I can copy it. Copy. See what they got for internet here. Firefox extended support. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and clear this screen. That makes a good black chalkboard for us. BYOB is a light and powerful text-based window manager based on GNU Screen. Using BYOB, you can quickly create and move between different windows over a single SSH connection, secure shell connection, or a TTY terminal. There's dozens of important quick start guide. So apparently it's more than just a terminal. Let me go back through the start menu here now. Our progress here is only at 31%, so we got a few minutes. You notice there's nothing on the taskbar. It's just a button over your start button or application menu over there. To the right, we have, this will be for adjusting the panel. Yeah. Okay. You get more settings. This, that, and the other. I'm through with that. Got it up pretty big. Let's just right click on that terminal, adjust the time and date, or clock, right click on the clock. This is pretty nice. I'm not so familiar with KDE Plasma. Unfortunately for me, this is the only desktop that they support, and that's fine. It does seem like a very nice system. It's got a lot of stuff in it. Let's see, we got development, we got KDE 3. Wow. You start off in full screen there. Sorry about that. Let's see, is there an about, more action, window manager setting, no about. KDE 3 is for showing different files where you can compare one to the other, see what's the differences. This would be really good if you was doing long lines of code and you wanted or folders and files that just were full of data and you wanted to find out if they were the same or not. Back to the menu. Under education, we got mathematics, which reveals LibreOffice Math 7.0, science as well. Brings that up. That's LibreOffice Math, which is a scientific calculator. Okay. Want to see the release notes? About LibreOffice 7031. Under graphics, we got GNIP. the GNU image manipulation program, or commonly called GIMP, for editing photos and this, that, and the other. We got GwenView for looking at photos, pictures, LibreOffice Draw. We have Ocular, which Ocular is version 1.3.2, a universal document viewer for viewing documents such as PDFs. All right, that was under graphics. Then we got Spectacle and Xsane. Under internet, we got Firefox ESR, extended support release. Internet Messenger, I'm not sure what the differences are. They do have different icons. One appears to be like a USB, and I'm not sure what that one is. This is a messenger service. We haven't got to it yet, but it says it's a WhatsApp. I don't want any of that. Okay, that was under internet. Then the next thing, we got Qubit Torrent for handling your torrent files. Tor, the Onion repository for private internet browsing. Under multimedia, we got K3B for burning CDs or DVDs, which I like. I always put that on every operating system I have, K3B, along with some other ones that I use. Then Pulse Audio volume control. Let's see if we got volume right out of the box. Absolutely. That's always very nice. Just sounds. Turn that up. Go back. Exit. Go back to the menu here. That was under multimedia. So we got QMMP, which I believe is a music player, which kind of mimics a little bit the old Winamp. Winamp. We kick the llamas. Beep. And VLC Fresh and VLC Media Player, I absolutely do not see the difference in here. They continue. See what will happen if I go back to there and click the media. All right, so let me go to the fresh, make sure that I've selected each one of those. And it closed out and came back up, so I'm not sure. Let's see what help. Not help. Yeah, help. 3012. Close that out. Back under multimedia. That was fresh. Now let's see what this player is about. 3012 veterinary. So it's the same, and I'm not real sure. If I can find a difference, be sure I'm gonna put it up here. All right, under multimedia again, that completed that category. Under Office, we have the full suite of LibreOffice, and they all have the version number listed here as 7.0. Then we have Ocular, and this version is 1.3.2. Ocular, we just did that. That was up in, where was it? Development or education, graphics, Ocular graphics. Multimedia Office, it was listed twice there. So under settings, here we got Apper, which Apper's a really cool application here. About Apper 1.00. Apper is an application to get and manage software. It's sort of like a software store, and it could actually be called a software store. And so you can look for software under categories here, or just under all categories, and type in something. Let's see. Put that to use and just see. Find. It's looking. And it found some stuff. Nomax. View and edit images. Very much like a software store or software center. System settings. That's going to be a typical KDE Plasma, ton of settings here. Display and monitor, there's where I would have changed. It is 1680 1050. If I would have came into the desktop settings, I could have changed it there as well. So here you have all these options that you can change at any time. Go back to start menu here. Settings, we had that, Apper and system settings. Under system, we have Apper listed again, and Discover right under that. which both of those are ways of installing software. We have Dolphin as a file manager. Info Center is like hard info, where it tells you like how much memory you have, how much energy consumption, graphical information, just a ton of really useful information in there. Back to the start menu, we were under System, so that was in Info Center. We have Install Linux TT. K3B, we've seen that. Console, which is a terminal. Back to the start menu. Console. Then we got Crusader. Crusader is a way to compare different files. One file compared to another file. Let me just open that up and you'll see what I'm talking about here. So you can select files or folders here, compare them here, copy and paste them. There's a lot of things here we can do. There's a handbook actually. Wonder if that's going to open up the browser. It did. So that's actually very handy. Note on editors, introduction, features. Click on features, see what all it does. 2 powerful and easy to use OFM panels, command line and optional terminal emulation, strong keyboard orientation, user menu, create your own customized menu, a ton of stuff. Close that tab. Close back out of Crusader there. All right, let's see. That was under System. So we had Crusader, KSysGuard. Now that's a system monitor. KDE System Monitor. KUser, that's for managing your users. KWallet Manager, again, I'll have the text up here, title telling you what it is. Linux TT drivers and software. Now that's excellent to see that. If that's still in there, when we reboot into the real environment, I'm going to run that, see what it does. Midnight Commander, a terminal-based file manager. Version 18.04.0. The terminal emulator for browsing your files. All right. And then we got a root terminal. Under utilities, we got Arc, which is a archiver like WinRAR or WinZip, file roller. And then we have the terminal there that we brought up. We're looking at it. GNOME Disk, File Light. I like this program right here. I'm going to see about installing that on my system. This allows you to tell disk usage, graphical disk usage information. Now I know that under GNOME Disk you can do the same thing, but that is kind of nifty there. File Light, we got Kate for our text editor, KCalc for calculator, KFind, KRename, Crusader, KWrite, Midnight Commander, we just saw that I believe, didn't we? Midnight Commander editor, the SMB 4K, and then a sweeper. Again, I'll put titles right here of what all these do. Help and bug reports. Now I hope that stays there because that's really, really nice. It's always nice when a distribution includes a quick way for help and reporting bugs. If you have a problem, it's nice to be able to just send a bug report and maybe you'll help out the next 3,000 people. You don't know. Then we have a category that just says Linux TT. Then we have the power session to turn it off, log out, etc. Let's see what this does. Linux TT. Whatever it does, it says it's under construction. Top here, please wait. It's trying to contact this UPT, this website. Can't really tell what it was trying to do. Resolving, connected, unless it's doing a system upgrade. Don't know. We'll click OK here and the whole thing will close. I believe we're done with our, yeah, we sure are. Okay, I'm going to say done. Go back to my start menu, go to power session, not click until I'm where I want to be. Then we're going to reboot. Open up VirtualBox, go to settings, go to storage. Yep, it did not remove it. That's right, I'm under BIOS. I got used to being under legacy. Let's restart our UEFI. Let's restart that and try that again. Might as well go back into full screen. Failed to send host to log Mesa speaks. Right, so we should be able to type in a password here in just a second. My mouse will appear. This is Plasma, and in my memory, it always takes a little longer for Plasma to boot up, especially the first time. Okay, so it looks like we're going to lose our screen resolution with no guest editions installed. I like the logo there. We'll try to figure that out. It looks like a maze of some sort. TT, see that? T and an upside down T. And I see two L's, so Linux TT. I believe it does have my mouse, and we're not in full screen, that's for sure. Lost our resolution. And do it the menu way here when we boot up. Like I said, it's typical in my experience for Plasma to take a little while to load up, especially the first time. All right, wired connection. All right, let me do something about this resolution here. Let me first of all, application switch. Now, where was that? Under, go to settings. Scroll down to settings here where it says display and monitor. Scroll down to my options. See if I have 1680 by 1050 available right there. Say apply. And there's no OK button. All right, so there we are. Now, at first I didn't really not like this desktop, but because of the honeycomb, it's just really busy. I do like it after looking at it a little bit. Let's see if we have auto arranged. Now, they did that a while ago too. I clicked on the icon, but you see my mouse is in the middle of the screen and the icon's way over there. But the second time it works. All right. Desktop. Bigger desktop. See if we have any other wallpapers real quick. No, but like KDE says, you can always get more right here. Actually, we went through the start menu. Oh, good, this stayed. Let's see if it actually will open up now. Nope. Oh, yes. It just wouldn't open up during the live session. Still, it says under construction. Okay. Let's see. Where was that terminal? Under system. That's console. I thought we was using BYOB. Yep. So let's see something. Control L to clear that screen. Sudo apt update. I just want to see if there's any updates considering we just installed. 18 packages can be upgraded. And you could run this command to actually see them. App list -- upgradable. But I'm not going to do that. Sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade. Now that's how you would upgrade in the terminal. The update syncs it all, tells you whether or not you got anything that you need, and then the upgrade actually upgrades. But I'm not going to do that right now. I want to see, what I want to see is there an updater in their system. Development, KDF3, mathematics, graphics, internet, system. Will Discover do updates? I'm not so familiar with Discover Store, I'm not sure. Wait a minute. There we go. I knew it was going to have well, that opened right up. Nice. Didn't have to install Qt5 or anything. Nice. Here we go. Down in the systems tray, the systems tray, it says we have updates available. Let me left click on that. Trying to see what it is. Launches the software to perform the update. It did. It just reopened. Discover. Which is fine. That's what I thought. I kind of thought. All right, so it's only 18 that it said. Let's go ahead and update that. It's going to ask me for my root password, and I'll be glad to give it to it. Now, depending on the internet speed, and should be a thing here that says where you can see what it's doing. Huh. But it is, I don't see it. If I remember right, there was a button where you clicked on it and it said, where it showed you what it was doing. The progress, in other words. But doing this is not changing anything. Well, that's okay. I showed you how to update in the terminal. Also showing you that they're using Discover as a normal way to update, not a normal way, as their default way to update. I do see we had this desktop deal here. I never really used this, so I always just got rid of it. But I guess it does have some options that are useful there. They're easy to get to. Icon. Preview options, tweaks. Show the desktop toolbox. Take that off of there. Just because we need the real estate at this point. This is updating here. I'm gonna take advantage of that, and I'm gonna right Control F to get out of full screen. I'm gonna minimize this, and I'm gonna go to my web browser here. And what led me to Diamond Linux TT was at Distro Watch. I just happened to check. I was curious to see where my arch is. It went back down. It was up to 16. Now it's at 17. That's okay. It's within the top 20. So while I was here, I seen that this distribution right here just came out with a new release on the 7th, which for me was 2 days ago. Clicked on it, and it tells me that Linux is based on Debian. The origin is in Germany, and the desktop is KDE Plasma, the only desktop. Diamond Linux TT is a desktop Linux distribution based on Debian's stable branch. The distribution features the KDE Plasma desktop with an eye toward making the interface look more familiar to former Windows users. Well, I just don't know how to react to that statement when I hear it, because it don't look like Windows. Nothing about it is Windows. It has a start button, it has a wallpaper, and it has some icons and a file browser. But it's not called the Windows Explorer. The start button is called something besides the start button, or a start here, or whatever Windows is. It is not Windows. Distributions, please quit trying to compare yourself to Windows. Be your own self. Like I taught my children, be your own person. Don't try to look like Windows. Don't try to entice them by saying its interface look more like a Windows user. This does not look like a Windows desktop. Sorry, but it just don't. Anyway, I'm sorry. That was my rant. I clicked on Linux. Actually, I did a Google search on Diamond. I was not able to find very many. In fact, I'll just show you. Diamond Linux -TT. I clicked on every one of these trying to find out a whole lot. I was really surprised here that MajorGeeks.com, surely if you're working with computers, you've heard of this website, especially in Windows. This was a go-to must site. They actually offer Diamond Linux TT as well as some other distributions that you can download from and use their mirrors to get it. And I would actually recommend that, because Major Geeks goes through, they don't put any spyware or any crapware out there. If it goes through here, in my experience, it's already vetted. So I wasn't able to find, I even looked on YouTube, I wasn't able to find, I did find a couple videos, but they were in another language. Don't even know what country. Anyway, Go back here to Distro Watch. Distro Watch, when you click on the home page, it'll open up this page right here, which is linux-tt.com. And this is their webpage. Windows style Linux OS, operating system in 15 minutes. Linux without special knowledge or skills. Free operating system from home or office use. Free OS based on Debian and other open source software. Let's see what that opens up. It opens up Debian. It does. It's already got it open over here, so I'll close that back out and continue the reading. Gen 5 Plus, the repack is now available, which was February. That's the one we're looking at now. And you can see that, I mean, that's not a lot of information here. Not a lot at all. When you click on the helping forum, it gives you some help. It tells you, goes through the Calamaris installer and upgrade it. And that was what was under construction a while ago, the Linux TT updater. Update and upgrade systems. They're still working on that, but it's already installed. So as soon as it gets the right code, it'll start working. And that's what we would use for updating our system. And again, not a lot of history, not a lot of information here. Any one of these subcategories just keeps you on the same page. Back to their home page if I can. There we go. If you click on the download, it carries you to the SourceForge page. Here you can read a little more. Windows style OS, 15 minutes. We've got that. Live image, try it before you install it. We did look at the live image while it was installing. The drivers were all available to us. HP printer support was installed, although I don't recall seeing that in the menu. Well, look. Add-ons Chromium browser, we didn't have that. We had Firefox. On the right page here, Diamond Linux. Okay. Configuration Xorg server driver, localization Brazil. In other words, you can change the language to those. Has VirtualBox, not in the menu. Rufus, Windows XP, and that's not in the menu. Fix failure, start AMD Radeon. Features, 10 tons. That's my phrase. Hey, they got tons of features. Easy installation and configuration. Good luck and have fun. If Linux, then Linux TT. And we'll get some screenshots. Reviews. No reviews. Under files, we have where you can get the download, but no information really. Takes you 3 clicks to get through here. Gen 5 Plus. Now we're gets to the ISO. It's 2.8 gigabyte download. Again, we're not getting a lot of information. Support. Under discussion. Nothing. No post yet. Everything I see says that this is a brand new installation. Even the forum was December the 3rd, 2020, which is the first thread or post under general discussion. It says you can ask about anything here. It's got a moderator. So everything I'm seeing gives me the impression that this is next to new distribution. How's that possible if it's on DistroWatch? Don't they have to wait a year or two? Well, I haven't. If this is based on Debian, Debian's got a huge following. I've never even heard of this. I'm really excited to look at it because it does seem very nice. That was based on Debian. Why Debian? Other support. Debian just redid their webpage too. Homepage here. This looks bad. It's a lot better than it did. It's more simple. I'm not here to review Debian, but I'm going to tell you right up front, they do a better job now with their web page. It's not near as complicated looking. Back to the home page of Diamond Linux TT. I'm not getting a lot of stuff on it. I'm just not. And I'm glad to do this review. Let me go back to it. Get right Control F. Get back in full screen. It says now we're up to date. Close that out. And this is that clip it, configure clipboard. You can't really tell it to stop. You have to go somewhere else to get it out of there. See how easy the clock is to adjust. 8:30. That's right. It is the 9th, Tuesday the 9th. Oh, that's right. That would be very easily changed. Time zone. You could redo your time zone. So if you're on a laptop and you move somewhere or carry your computer somewhere else, you can always update your time. Clock here. There must be a different way to do the actual clock. Yep. Undo it automatically. Set your clock and be done. I'm going to say okay and just get out of there. Require a password to make changes. Configure digital clock. This is probably where I can adjust the, we're not going to use the 24-hour clock. Can I make it bold? Yeah, you can change the font style here. School book, that's a good one. Let's change that. Say apply. There it is. Now that's simple. Like I said, I'm not that familiar with KDE Plasma. Usually I get just lost in all the settings. Must be a notifier, it is. Updates, battery brightness, KDE Connect. Make this a little bit taller. There we go. And so we went through the start menu. This really does look like a well-polished system. I don't understand. This is the updater that they haven't. It's still under construction. Still under construction. Based on Debian stable, so the packages may be a little bit older. And it said we had VirtualBox. We don't have no VirtualBox. What else did it say we had? Rufus. Rufus is definitely a Windows program. RUF. No, we don't have Rufus. Let's see. Wonder one of these is the store, the grocery sack looking thing. Grocery bag. Let's see. VirtualBox. Should reveal something. Huh. Oops. Where's this? In the store here, we don't have Oracle VirtualBox. We don't have Etcher. Don't have Image Writer. I'm not sure what the website was talking about. We definitely don't have it here. Got to install one thing here out of the store. So I did the search here. It showed up over here. I clicked on install. Now it's doing it. It's downloading it right now. When it's through, it should be in our start menu under a category called games. Network, file. Let's go to the settings panel. Bringing it up down there. Okay, workspace themes. See what kind of theming we have right off. Sudden we're freezing up here. So we got breeze dark, desktop theme, cursor themes. Must not be handling it. 2-core processor. So we do have some different nice themes. Colors, fonts, icons, desktop behavior. Double click, nice. They did a really good job. They got that double click in there for me. Start up and shut down. Let's see if I can remove that, clip it. Auto start. Background services. Apper monitor. enable or disable touchpad. Just on a desktop or a laptop with a touchpad, that would be nice. You could turn it off in here, especially in a virtual box. Connections, settings, hardware input, display monitor, multimedia. Let's see. Audio volume. There is no microphone. Applications. Turn that up. Man.
Front, left. Front, right.
Definitely working. Very nice. Power management. So you can turn off the screensavers or the sleeper. Print. We got print by default. We can add a printer here. Makes it easier. Removable storage. So removable devices. Mount all removable media at login. Automatically mount removable media when attached. Very nice. I like this system. Why is it taking so long to install? All right. Are we not online? I need to put that menu or that terminal. What is that? I'll just add it to the desktop. Finished. See, we've got a category called games now. There we go. Card game. You don't have to click on the category. That's a little difference. Nice. So we got all right. So now we know how to install and do updates through the terminal or through the Discover store, or they have the Apper. They have Apper and the Discover store, Apper and Discover, and you can do it by the command line. Very nice. This really does look like a nice tight system. I might give this a try on some real hardware. This is Diamond Linux TT. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a try. This actually seems very nice. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye.